your seeds by the road. Share the stress as the one with the gold. Hey, we just tryna bring it home. For my people back home. We just tryna bring it home. For my people back home.
If your mouth don't empower, keep it.
They promise you freedom of speech, but would there be freedom after the speech? You wanna learn, you can teach.
Powers, are you mad? It's myself, 100 Eyes from Powers Network, and I'd like to welcome you all to Powers Talk.
Jeez.
Today, we got some strong, fierce women in the building. Jesus! It's gonna be a mad episode, guys. I'd like to introduce Pryncess.
Hey, Powers.
How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Awesome.
I think that's the first person that asked me that, so big up yourself.
Oh,
Jesus.
love.
And we got Porcheja in the building.
Woo! Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Doing super good, thank you.
You're the second person to ask me that. Big up yourself.
You're
still.
blessed right now. You're blessed right now.
Too much love for you.
Listen, people, if you know the work I have to do to get this episode in, we're starting off with some smoky setting. But you know what? I'm actually honoured to have them both in the studio at the same time. Double P's and that, you know. It's going to be a powerful episode. Triple P's, you get me? We're gonna.
Come on, Triple P, look at that.
Powers,
See the level?
Oh my God, I didn't even realise that.
Powers.
So guys, you know the name of the show, yeah? It's called Powers Talk. If your mouth don't empower, keep it.
You know what they say?
You don't know.
That a fish with the mouth closed can never get caught. You know anything about that?
Yeah, I've heard that still.
Just dropping gems already.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But this one, you got to open your mouth still, so
Just a little
be
bit.
careful, innit?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Power hour. Careful with your answers, because I might devour. No, I'm only joking. I won't.
Really?
I won't.
So are we ready for
I'm only
you?
joking. Oh!
Oh yeah.
It's like that. That's fighting.
Born ready, baby.
Let's go. Okay, let's get in some warm up questions. Yeah, let's warm up. Get everyone a bit comfortable. Yeah. Boom. You're happily in a relationship with your partner. I'm gonna make it up as I go. 10 years into a relationship, your partner catches an illness. It's a terminally illness. Yeah, he's coming to the end of his life. He has a dying request. And his dying request.
What is the dying
You know what?
request?
It's your faces already.
What's this request now?
Do I get emotional or do I get a little bit logical?
So listen, it's up to you, innit? So listen, his dying request is he wants to sleep with one of his exes. Yeah? How do you move?
That's wild.
Yeah, that's very wild. Then he can just be with her and she can do the whole end of life care and etc. and sort his funeral out. That's absolutely fine.
And that's it?
Yeah.
And that's it?
I got a question. Are you going to the funeral?
Ooh, are you going to the funeral?
That's a really good question, isn't it? I'd probably go because of the relationship that we previously had, but that's just far too disrespectful. And also, it's very telling, isn't it? If that's your dying request to be with your ex, you probably wanted to be with them our entire relationship. So go on, my son. You do what you need to do.
Live your best
I won't
life.
I won't be standing in your way anymore. Yeah.
You saying the same,
What
Portia?
about you,
It's
Portia?
interesting because the reasons why I say it's interesting because men are different to us. We get very emotionally entangled with you guys, and you are still your own person. And sometimes you become who we want you to be to please us, because there are elements of us that they like, and there's qualities in us that they love, they like, they respect. So they change and they mold because they want to be told that they're a good man, but they still have their own fantasies. They have still their own thing. So it's about, we are not attached to anyone. We're just experiencing life through people.
I feel it.
I feel your point, and I get it. But from, I think, where I am in my life now, I wouldn't take it too personal.
Wow.
Because the more mature I become, I don't take shit personal no more.
So you would let him sleep with her? Would there be any boundaries around that? Anything that you will not tolerate, or would you be like, do you know what? It's his wish. It's his end of life. Like, you know, he should be able to sort things how he wants.
The thing is, we're not here to stop anyone doing from what they want to do. We're here to experience, and there's a reason to why that experience has come to you. You've come here to learn a lesson from that.
Yeah, I would have learnt a lesson that I should have left him a long time ago. That's what I would have felt like. No, truly, because I think that's so disrespectful. Because
But I didn't hear her answer.
Yeah, go on, Push. Go on, finish.
What's your answer?
Yeah.
What are you doing? How are you moving? Wow.
Do your thing.
Okay, are you still with him after he does his thing? To the end? Because it's a terminal illness.
Need a minute.
Yeah, because you gotta stay in the cut, baby. You gotta be cleaning him, dressing him, all of this now after he's had his way with his ex.
But it's just sex.
It's just sex.
It's just.
It is.
Oi, I'm liking the answer.
Yeah, you would like it. You would like it. You would like it.
Tell me more.
Like I said, we're here to experience life. And you know, like, right, so we were talking about the whole cheating thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that cheating? Is that cheating? That's not cheating.
No, but hold on. No, because he's told you. He's honest with you.
It's an arrangement. It's an arrangement.
So you have a choice to accept or decline. So you can stay,
given a choice,
or you can walk away.
Yeah.
And the thing is, right, guys, let's talk real. Yeah, you see, when we talk about love, like, what is love? What does love really mean? It's usually conditional. So basically, I only love you on the conditions that you. So I've got a set of rules. If you follow them, I love you. But when you stop following them, I no longer love you. So you never really loved me in the first place. So if you have a dying wish, which. Okay, it's to sleep with your eggs.
Not all love's conditional, though.
Even if it is conditional, it doesn't mean. Even if it is unconditional, it doesn't mean that you have to be in a relationship with that person. I don't have to be in a relationship with someone to love them. I could be like, do you know what? I see how you are and I adore you as a person, but you see your values when it comes to a relationship and your principles, they don't align with mine.
Yes.
So I still love you and adore you, but in a relationship setting, we don't align. So we don't have to force a relationship.
And to be fair, once he says it, it's ruined. Because even if you say no, you're gonna know,
then you know
in
that
the back of his head, his dying wish was that, regardless.
But it depends on your relationship with sex, because as Portia said, like, to her, it's just sex. She's like, it's just sex. He wants to do that, so let him crack on with it. But to other people, that might mean something else.
So Portia, are you going to be with him after he does the deed?
No.
So that's you're walking away after he does that.
But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be there to support and encourage in terms of, like, through the whole process of him being sick. It's just like you said, you never really know somebody, do you? No. And people change. And with something so life-changing that someone just told you you're about to die, you might want to go absolutely wild. Things have completely changed for you. You've become a lot more freer now. So I'm still conditioned in some aspect to this, like, society norms, do you feel what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm not experiencing what you're experiencing. I'm just the person that's kind of on the outside. It's not happening to me. I'm just the one that's experienced it through you. And if you want to go and do that, I can't stop you. Like, and ultimately, we don't control anyone, do we?
Like she said, are you going to the funeral though?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, of course I'm going to the funeral.
Man can do his thing, but he's just not going to do it with you.
No, definitely not.
Yeah?
Yeah, you have to have your boundaries and your principles.
But he's dying.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's why I feel like we both said to balance that we will still attend the funeral. But why should we sacrifice our self-love and the things that we hold dear to us, like being in a committed relationship, a monogamous relationship? If that's what he wants, that's fine, but we're going to deal with it this way, and that should be okay as well.
Okay. So
what would you do?
Yeah.
What?
Men don't have our tolerance. They wouldn't even look after us afterwards. You see, after that request, we're going to have to pay someone to come and look after us. Man
don't even pay for the funeral.
They're done.
You wouldn't even come to the funeral, would you?
He wouldn't.
He doesn't even need to say he ain't coming to the funeral.
No. I'm a human. I have feelings, and I do overstand a lot of. Come on, don't be silly. Nice. I do overstand a lot of things, so I will come to the funeral. But in terms of you doing that on your last wish, do what you're doing. I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and that's it. We're gonna slide. Done. I'll come to your funeral because out of respect and because of
what you've gone through and you've been together for. Yeah.
I'll go to enemy's funeral to be fair, and not to take the mick, just to show respect that to my enemy.
Thank you for being my enemy.
No, not even thank you, because I had to respect him. For him to be my enemy anyway, I respect him because I wouldn't even consider you as my enemy.
That's interesting.
Move, man. Move. You're not on my level. I'll keep it choppy. I will never give you that leverage to become my enemy if I don't rate you or respect you enough. Simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not.
That's interesting.
You can cuss me out all day. I will leave you alone. Because I know if I have to scoot down to your level now, I've messed up. Big time. Do you get what I'm saying? I put the ball in your court. That's your game.
You've got to be in charge.
I'm always in charge.
Okay,
You're
all right,
always
General.
in charge? 5-star.
In my situations, yes.
That's why it's called powers. Just so you all know.
Okay, all right. So do you ever relinquish control? Do you ever just relax and be like, I'm just gonna go with the flow of this?
That's part of my control.
Really?
Yes, balance.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that is balance.
Let it flow sometimes. Sometimes you gotta let it flow. If it's not affecting me like directly or
What if it starts affecting you?
Huh?
What if it starts affecting you? What do you do?
then I gotta reconsider my options and deal with it in the way I need to deal with it.
And the thing is, you can never make a decision based on like the feelings that you're having now.
Never.
Because you'll fuck up the game. So you've always got to be in between all of those elements.
Sorry, I'm gonna lead to the next question because you touched on it a little bit. Is sex important in the relationship, do you think?
Of course.
Of course, 100%.
101%.
Definitely.
100%. What are you talking about?
Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Back to the terminal illness. You ain't got it for a year now. You ain't got it for a year.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the guy's terminally ill.
Partner's unwell, yeah.
Does that factor anything? Are you still loyal to them?
For me,
Sorry, the first question I want to ask is, how long can you not go
go on, Portia,
without it
you answer this one first.
until it gets to a point and it's like, what's going on now? What's going on?
How long is necessary? I mean, getting sex is not hard. We all know that. We live in a world where,
of course,
it's especially probably for, I don't know if I can say just for women it's easy. I mean, I'm sure for men too, but
it's definitely easier for women.
You think so?
Yeah, man.
I've heard that a lot.
I've heard that a lot too.
Yeah, but I think men would their scope. I was going to say standards, but their scope is a bit wider than a woman's because we may be quite specific in our requirements of what we would.
We got standards as well, B.
I didn't say you didn't. I said scope. So it can vary for men. It can vary from what I've witnessed. It can vary. Whereas women, we have a particular standard the majority of the time, and we stick to it. That's why a lot of podcasts you hear, women all want the same type of men, etc. Blah blah blah. You're all going for this percentage and all of this type of stuff. That's why that man will never be faithful. Have you ever heard that narrative?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
Do you believe that?
So I think there's a smidgen of truth in it. However, what I think is that narrative is pushed by men, so to discourage women from going for that type of men and be more inclusive.
It's pushed by men. Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely. That narrative is pushed by men. I've never heard a woman speak like that.
Women only go for a certain type of men.
I don't think I agree with that.
Women, so what their narrative is women go through a small percentage of man. He's earning small percentage of men. He's earning over a certain amount. He looks a certain way. He's, typical, general, good-looking guy that the majority of women would like. So therefore, that makes him sought after. So what
makes it socially acceptable? That's what we're taught by society. That the only thing that's really important is, being a protector and a provider are the two most important things, but there's a lot more to a man than just that, actually. And you'll truly get to experience true intimacy with a man on a spiritual level when you actually look beyond those two things. Because, of course, it is important for you to have those elements, but there's so much more to you.
Facts, but we live in a really superficial society.
We don't. I think we I get your point. It's the narratives that are being pushed and we accept it. That's why we think we live it.
Well, the majority of people that I interact with do function on that surface level. They do, and those are not relationships I seek out, but they are very impacted by social media. As we know, social media, it has a massive impact on us all. We say on the children, but no, it's not just on the children. It's on adults as well.
Why does it have it on the children is because the adults are promoting a certain agenda. So you can't blame the children. Like people say, the children are bad. The children are not bad. The children are following the parents. And if the parents ain't leading, the children go to the streets. And then the streets are leading. And whatever the streets are teaching is what the children are leading with. So if we look at ourselves and take accountability as adults, we'll have better relationships as globally.
I agree with her, but there's lots of factors that come into real life. Like work.
That is one of the
That's the biggest one.
That is, you know what? I really agree. I'm so glad you said that because.
But I'm gonna add to that though.
Go on.
But the work is a big factor, but it shouldn't be still.
Job. What is
It shouldn't be. If you're a real parent, you know, okay, I know I'm working till 6. Let me put some time aside between 6:30 to 7:30 even, and spend time with you will factor that in
So,
naturally if you're a good parent.
100%.
So
but
work can't be an issue, I don't think.
in this day and age, with the cost of living,
Yes.
with the housing crisis, so most people are in private rented, and etc. etc. And the amount of single parent families not decreasing. Do you really think that somebody who is living on the breadline, who is trying to work all the hours in this cost of living crisis that we're in now, is able to provide for their home, just one person and let's say 3 dependents, one person and 3 dependents in a household?
That's context.
Can I add
Are they
something to that?
That's
able
context.
to? Yeah, are they able to genuinely
They are able to.
provide holistically for
They
their
are,
household?
But it's a lot.
It's a lot. And then what happens to that person when it's too much? What happens then?
They get sick.
And then what happens then?
But then it's a lifestyle.
Is it?
Because they might be able to charge themselves up. It depends on
Charge
what type of
themselves
person
up.
they are.
In what way?
They might ground every day and feel recharged every day.
So okay, that's necessary. That's
But
necessary.
just because you feel grounded every day, what if your children are suffering?
And it's come on,
Wait,
we're all
suffering how?
So so as we, there's a certain system in place to divide the family,
Yep.
and we're part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Most of us.
they're single already, so the system done that job already.
Yeah, but
Well,
that,
no, it's the person. We accepted it. The system didn't do anything to us. We accepted it.
Okay, yeah. I'm agree
sense.
just to keep the convo going, yeah?
Yeah,
It makes
yeah.
sense, yeah, but go on.
So for me, if you can't afford it and you can't afford to
Afford what?
to have your children close to you, don't have them, because it's not healthy for you or the child. The child will go into a complete different direction, not necessarily somewhere where you want them to, because you don't have that bond.
So are you saying don't have children until you're mentally ready?
I'm not saying mentally ready. I think we need to mature. We have children quite early, some of us, and then, I mean,
What's early?
My mother was 18 when she had me, and it was tough. It was very tough. Like I wouldn't.
But don't women have a certain timeline to?
No, I don't think so. I think that's a load of shit.
What do you mean? Don't the menopause
No, we
come in
do.
and
We-
stuff?
yeah,
What do you mean?
please.
we do
No.
have a
No.
biological.
I don't believe in
So
it.
you don't believe that people
Huh?
stop? Really?
What do you mean? You can
Dr.
have a baby at 60?
Sebi, Dr. Sebi,
Can you have a baby
had
at 60? I ain't seen a pregnant woman at
Okay,
60.
60. I don't know, but I know that there are women.
A man can
I
have a baby
heard
though at
actu-
60.
Huh?
A man can have a baby at 60.
No, he cannot.
He can.
Yeah, they can.
My
Yeah,
fun
they
They
can.
can.
They can.
They can. Biologically, yeah. If man's producing sperm still, yeah, I can have a
They
baby.
can. They can.
A woman
Absolutely.
can't because the eggs are not released from the
I
ovaries.
thought you meant as a man can get pregnant. So.
Oh no!
I was thinking, hold on, where's this conversation going, man?
Nah, we don't go down that path there. Still, I don't know. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
huh?
that was a little left.
I'm lost. what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's true. Yes, man can
Yeah.
definitely. But
Yeah.
but I heard a story about a woman somewhere in Africa, Sudan or somewhere like that. She was in her 50s, like late 50s, and
Yeah.
she had twins.
She never had menopause. She never had it yet. Then.
It's possible.
It didn't come yet. I
didn't
think,
come.
But it depends on your diet, the way you live in your
Yeah.
life.
The way you live in.
You know, I mean, look where we live in. We live in the most stressful society ever. Right? So sometimes people can't, I mean, they're infertile by the time they're 30. I've heard this. I've had
It's diet and lifestyle.
it's mental, you know, it's a mental thing, and whatever you feed your mind is extremely important.
Sorry, I think we're going a bit off topic.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
sorry.
we've lost the question
Yeah, we
where we
have.
come from. The question was, is sex important in a relationship?
Yes, it
but
is.
let me ask a question now. I'm gonna add to that question. Cool. You got a higher sex drive than your partners. Is that a big deal? Can you sort that out?
What's the consequence of that? So
You're not gonna get as much sex.
So yeah, but what? Yeah, so.
Withdrawal. You'll be withdrawn.
No, but no.
No?
So
No?
what I mean is, what's the consequence? So yes, you have a higher sex drive, but then what does that
Is
mean?
he not? That means you can't fulfill your expectations if you've got a higher
Exactly. So
sex
no,
drive.
it's not gonna work.
So it's not going to work.
No, it's not. Not on my watch.
I mean,
I'm just keeping it real because it's either that or you cheat.
But I don't know about that. 1 second though. Okay, let's because this stuff happens in real life. We both met up. Yeah, it was all good at the beginning. We had lots of sex. Boom, boom. My career took a turn. I'm working more hours now. I'm tired and I'm coming home. Are you going to be understandable? Are you going to tell me you're going to cheat because I'm not having as much sex as we was before?
Well, and this is one of the reasons to why men say that they cheat, because why did you change after we had the children, and then they go off?
But that's boys, not men.
Yeah,
Like, let's break it down.
But it's one of the reasons to why a lot of our relationships don't work and marriages fail because of that. So I think what we need to do as adults, we need to start having real conversations. Okay, so you see what we're doing right here, we're discussing serious things.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often.
But that's what we're here
Because
for.
it's all good having it in the podcast. I mean, this is a great example of what people should be talking about at home.
I'm speaking on me. This is what I would do. How I will apply it. So I'm giving the questions to you and see how you lot will apply it. Like I just gave you a scenario. You know, having lots of
Are
sex
you in
the
that
beginning.
situation?
We'll talk about that later. I'm not. But we can talk about my situation later if you want. But off camera still.
Yeah. So go on.
The situation is he's got another job. He's got a job. A better paid job. So he has to work more hours. He has to work a bit away from home. He's not at home as often. Why would that lead you to cheat?
I don't think it would lead to cheat. I mean, in relationships, things change. And you learn to kind of go with the flow of things, and you learn that sometimes, like they say, sometimes you have to put in more effort, sometimes your partner has to put in more effort, depending on where you're both at. But it depends how long that period goes on for me. I don't expect us to always, be the same. What if one of us are unwell, or or have something going on family wise, etc. That's not always appropriate. That's not the first thing that you're always going to go to. So I totally get it, but then
so would you say communication is really important during those times?
Communication is vital. It's really vital, because sometimes people personalize that and they'll be like, you just don't want me, and it turns into a bigger issue when it's like it really has nothing to do with you. I'm just tired. If you're not speaking to your partner and letting your partner know, babe, look, I appreciate you, I love you, I'm just shattered. I'm shattered, and this is what you could do to make. And
then you can choose to understand, of course. Yes.
Exactly.
So communication is a big,
rather than him just coming in,
%.
checking his emails, going on his phone, cold. No, babe, I've eaten at work. Good night. And you're like, hold on a minute, is he seeing someone else? Is he? Like taking all the covers. Like, what's happening? What's going on? Right. So definitely communication. Definitely.
So sex is definitely a very important factor. When
it depends who you are.
For me, individual, yes. For you? It's individual. Yeah, no, it is, definitely. But I do know, case study, I do know some women that say it's not a big deal to me. That's not a big... Yeah, I know some women that say that.
It depends where you are in life as well, though. Everyone's experiences are different.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of pressure on men, because what was that program? There was a program, like, I can't remember what it was, but a man went on there and he was really shamed for not wanting sex often with his partner. Yeah.
Why was he shamed though? Why?
Because everybody was like, what the hell? Like, you've got she was stunning, beautiful girl. They were in a long-term relationship, and he was just saying, I'm tired when I come back from work, etc. And people were like, what? He must be gay or this, that,
they always drop that one there.
There was a lot of things thrown around, and I did, at first I felt sorry for her, because I was like, that's not nice being in that position, because as women we are used to being approached in a certain type of way and having the liberty to,
sex is spiritual exchange, right?
Right, okay.
Let's get that quick first, because once you understand that, you know how to move with it.
And this is why we said before, when you asked the previous question, that, would you be okay with the partner sleeping with multiple women? No, I wouldn't be. If that's what you choose, I'm not going to stop you from doing anything you want to do, because I'm not here to control you. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be part of that, because that's I wouldn't say it's abuse.
Yeah, it's a form of abuse.
Is it? You think so?
Yeah, what do you mean? I've dedicated my life to you. If you wanted to sleep with your... Don't do that. Just don't do it with me. That's abusing my love for you. What do you mean?
Yeah, but that's just your own, like, sort of values that you have. Some people are in relationships that have got multiple partners and it works for them. So we can't say it's like that for everyone.
But
I don't think it's
does that work long term?
Sorry?
If they're transparent about
Does
it.
that work long term?
Of course,
if they're transparent about
communication
it, I think it
again, like we said. It's all about communication.
Have you seen a man in his old age with 2 women by his side?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
I've seen...
I haven't.
100,000,000%.
Okay, your experience said it. I'm not going to doubt it, but I haven't seen it.
Polygamy. Do you know anyone that's polygamous?
I know many people.
No, I mean openly. I don't mean cheating. I mean openly. Yeah,
one or two.
They all know about each other.
One or two.
Right. And how old are they? Are they kind of... our age range. And
around our age, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you not see that working long term for them, or do you think it's more of a play situation?
It's not for him.
Yeah.
Not saying it's not for me. I'm just saying I've seen certain things.
Okay, like the women at odds with each other sometimes.
Not at odds, but different treatments.
But you see,
okay.
these.
I'm seeing it. I think if I'm seeing it, she's definitely seeing it. So when is she gonna react to it? Kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's supposed to be equal. So, like, you see, when you look at the Muslim culture, for example, for them, they can have up to 5 to 6. I mean, they can have as many wives as they want, as long as they can look after them equally. And there's a level of honesty, and it works. I've heard some stories where, like, the women have poisoned each other and stuff.
Ooh,
but okay, so if we look at it, but hold on, if we look at it from an aspect like this, yeah. Think about this. You are in a relationship with a man and he's open to you at the beginning of the relationship that there might be a potentiality where he wants to get another wife. And you say, okay, cool, I'm good with that. What do you learn on that?
You thought he was joking though, innit? You thought he was being
I
serious.
don't think that was joking.
No, I'm saying seriously. You spoke about that. So like I was saying about having those honest conversations at the beginning of the relationship, and then you can know where you're both at.
Okay,
because we must know where we're going in life. If you want to be in a relationship, you have to know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, then you shouldn't be with anyone because you're still figuring out you.
Factual.
Okay? And we don't take the time to really get to know ourselves. So how the hell can we ever be good for someone else because we're not even good for ourselves?
Because the narrative is always being pushed. The more those who are so valuable, they'll be in a relationship. So if first question you get asked when you're single is why, and it's like,
why are you single?
Of course.
Because I choose to be.
Of course, but that's not normalised. Spending time on your own and actually getting to know and like and love yourself
that should
in
be
its
normalised.
entirety. It should be, but instead
love
you kind
yourself
of get
first
demonised.
before you love
someone else.
Factual.
Voila.
100%.
Yes.
What were you saying? What was the last bit? I wanted to hear the end of it.
What I was saying was that what do you learn on that journey when your man is also, you are sharing a relationship with somebody else as well? First of all, you learn to stop being jealous and you learn how to love yourself really because you are beautiful, okay? But that doesn't take my beauty away. It's like saying, when one candle can light up another 1,000 candles, but it doesn't take your value away.
Beauty.
You can learn a lot about that. It just depends on where you are
in life.
Yes,
I agree with that.
And how much do you want to mature? So when a man cheats, it's not. I've been cheated on. I've never cheated in my life actually, and I'm 30 years old. I've never done it, and I would never do it because I just wasn't.
You're not built like that. It's not your fabric.
It's not in me. No, it's not. And even if they cheated, I just said, you know what? I choose to understand you rather than hate you because it's not really about me. I'm not going to make it about me. But everything, as we know, that happens in our reality has a lesson in it. So.
Factual.
There's a reason why you met the man that wants to have another wife. Maybe there's an element of you where you need to mature, you need to grow up.
Man, then I think I'm gonna stay immature, babes, because I don't.
That's funny.
I have to be really real. I've got to be honest because that lifestyle. There's something that's always been in me ever since I was young. Right? If I found out a boy that I was speaking to, I'm speaking from when I was a teenager, etc. Was speaking to someone else or someone that I knew, I was immediately off that. It doesn't matter how much I like that person. And as I transitioned into an adult, into a woman, that has remained the same. It's in the fabric of my being. It's unwritten law.
Principles.
And it is, but it's not a principle that I decided on. I didn't decide it because sometimes I would like to think that if I was married and, circumstances, we separated or something happened or whatever, that I would have that in me, but I don't. I don't have it in me to forgive.
If you was married,
I don't have it in me.
If you was married, can your partner have any women friends?
Oh, female friends, 100%. 100%. If they're genuine female friends, I don't mind that. But I'm saying stepping out of our relationship, outside our agreements, I can't, that's not something I would choose to participate in.
Can I ask you a question? You said I wouldn't forgive.
Yeah.
So what would you do? Would you stay angry?
So no, when I say forgive, let me rephrase that. Thank you for picking up on that. So I would, as a person, you're fine. You're okay. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to hate you for what you have done. However, I would understand that you are not disciplined enough to hold on to me. That it's really that simple, because if I was your priority, you would know that this was a non-negotiable for me, because it really is. That's not a non-negotiable. You can come to me, you can speak to me. I'm very open-minded. If you're going through something or you're having thoughts of doing something, you can speak to me. If it's happened on a spontaneous tip, then you don't have the discipline that I require for a relationship, so you don't need to be in one with
That's
me.
a conversation you need to have at the beginning. This is why I'm saying it's
Facts.
so important to talk. Because,
I do.
and also, I tell you what we do as women.
You don't waste no one's time as well. No one wasting no one's time. That
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah, of course.
happens.
If you're honest and you're real at the beginning, be real from the start. It's the best thing you can do. And you avoid a load of shit. And
Women are real.
I don't think so.
I think women tend to be. However, in regards to their requirements,
But our requirements change, and I tell you why, because we're emotional. So one minute you're up, the next minute you're down.
Thank you, Porcheja. That's a major factor.
I'm just being real, and a lot of women
things.
don't observe that.
Yeah,
and
that's
I tell
a
you,
major factor.
when a man cheats, they say, "Oh my god, he cheated on me, and it's so awful." What did you do?
Thank you.
What made him want to? And hold on, what made him want to go to someone else? What did you stop doing that he went away? And it doesn't make it okay, because he could have come to you and said, "Look, you've changed."
There's many factors. It might not be something you're doing as well.
It doesn't have to
some
be.
men are just outside, and some men
It's
lack
true.
discipline.
Yeah.
And
But
sometimes internalizing their behavior can impact you negatively, because you now start thinking, well, what can I do to fix it? Oh, he's doing this, he's not talking. What can I do? What can I do?
But that's what relationship is about. It's about communication, isn't it? And I think, so, okay, you cheated, I'm going to go quiet, you go quiet, and then what happens then? You don't fix anything.
So you would
have to come together. I'm not saying I would stay. I will have a conversation with you, because I want to understand what happened. And first and
Closure, innit? You want
foremost...
closure.
I don't know if it's about closure. I don't know if I would call it that. First and foremost, I want to know if something that I'm doing now has made you, it's sort of created a distance between us. I want to know about me. It's nothing to do with you. I want to know about me. Because sometimes we say we have the awareness, but we don't necessarily do. And people can teach us great lessons. So I'm open to criticism. I want to be criticised. Being criticised is a great thing.
I agree with that part, but I'm not staying.
It's growth.
I would want to know myself, for growth. And that's why I said, let's talk. Sometimes people say, oh, there's no point. You're not going to stay
you're
anyway.
sticking to your guns. I'm gone.
1,000%. That's not, for me, that's not even something to decide. And any man that gets in a relationship with me is going to know from the jump. It's just like if you say to me, Princess, I'm allergic to this type of food. You might like it and you might have served it to other people before, but if you give it to me and I can see that you haven't taken due diligence to make sure I don't have that food that I'm allergic to, I'm going to leave you, because that's a risk to me and everything that I am.
Yes, I agree with you.
So for me, it's exactly the same. It's too much for me to violate myself for you. Yeah.
I respect to that.
Yeah.
Man. I hear that.
No, I respect it.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah,
I do.
it's just that simple. If you told me you were allergic to something and I gave it to you, whether it's a mistake or not, I would understand.
I think it's a great example. The way you've articulated that, I really like that, girl.
Oh, thank you, darling.
I really do.
Yeah, I appreciate you, because I've had to explain that.
Appreciate you too. I really like that. The way she explained it was quite. I think anyone that we're watching this will really understand, to understand, to overstand.
Let's give you time to land that one though. Still, you landed it well.
Yeah,
Still.
that one is going on my page, baby.
You heard that, yeah.
Can't wait for that one to drop.
Let's move away from the relationship issues. Yeah.
Sweet.
I got a main bite after this question though. Yeah. So
It's a bit hot in here.
you hot?
I mean, I know I am. Temperature's rising, baby. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
So listen, Mom. Everyone, would you like to live forever? Would you live forever? If you could?
Sorry?
Would you live forever if you could?
No way.
No?
I'm going to the next place, baby.
No?
I'm done with Earth.
No?
In this body.
So if you could upload your consciousness into a robotic machine of some sort,
What an interesting
It won't be me.
question.
why not?
But it wouldn't be.
All your collective of thoughts and memories are...
But what about the body, though?
Are you the body or are you the soul?
No, you're not the body. You're just experiencing life through the body.
So interesting.
So now, would you upload your consciousness into this robotic body?
You smoked weed when you came up with that question. You were high.
I don't smoke.
No. So what do you do?
Of course I do. But I wasn't smoking when I was there.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
What? I'm a dragon. You don't know.
You think about stuff when you're high. That's a question you were up in somewhere.
I tell you what. I think when I'm high and I think when I'm not high.
No, you're channeling.
Let me land. So boom.
It's funny.
If you could
It was quick.
If you could if you could upload your consciousness into a robotic body,
Yeah.
maybe for a temporary period of time, would you do it?
No.
No?
No, I wouldn't
No?
either.
You can see your grandchildren. You can see your grandchildren.
Yeah, but then what
But you can see them
happens?
anyway,
Who's
'cause
in
you become an
control of that?
ancestor.
Exactly.
After this life, you become an ancestor.
I agree with that.
So you know how?
Wait. We become an ancestor.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
But
And
again,
who's come back and said that? Who's told us that?
Well, that's our belief system. Yeah, that's what
Well,
we
actually,
believe.
it's not our belief system.
Or is
I
it,
don't think
is it a
so.
knowing system or is it a belief system? Because no one knows that.
I think it's just
knowing
the wisdom that's around, and if you want to tap into that and think that is what it
Knowing
is.
system. Yeah,
So
agreed.
I like to play games, but you're right.
Yeah.
still.
But I do get you. Like, look, they also say that, obviously we've come here many times to this life, so we keep reincarnating to learn lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people that have transitioned, because as we know, we never die, we just transition, we transform, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we've left the body, but obviously the soul continues on.
So they say.
Yes, what they say again, and we don't know because they always say, "Oh, you're always remembering, but you just don't remember, but you're remembering," kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't.
Do you believe you was here before?
Do I
before
believe-
this machine you're in today?
Do you know what? There's a reason why I'm so old in the way I talk, and I've been like that since I was young.
I'm an old soul as well.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah, we are. I
Old
think
soul.
so.
True. Yeah.
Naturally. So
And do you know
so
what?
you believe you've been here already?
I don't believe I know.
Oh,
It's
I
a
love
knowing,
that.
yeah.
So you wait. Are you 100%?
It's your knowing. He said knowing system, and I like that. It's your knowing system.
Yeah.
It's within you. Yeah.
And the thing is, you've got to know, because believe is just what does believe mean?
Mm-hmm.
It means to acknowledge something without facts. I know.
The thing is, we're never really 100% sure about anything, are we? Though, so we can just,
So
I guess,
you're sure on your parents. You know who they are. So you are 100% sure on certain things.
yes, 100, yeah, and that's a good point.
Yeah. So, are you going to the robot body?
No,
No.
Yeah.
No?
No, I'm not
You're just
at
gonna
all.
just die and hope for the best.
So yeah, so it's our knowing. It's our knowing. And when you were saying that we know who our parents are, we choose not to query or question that because of the way the world is structured. It's encouraged that yes, those are your parents. They gave birth. Don't question it. The same way we're given belief systems. Here you are. Here's a Bible. Don't question it, because when you go to church and you start questioning certain things, people don't look kindly on
yeah,
that.
yeah,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah,
look
yeah,
kindly.
yeah.
I think you believe you
going
should.
to hell.
You're
going to hell, baby. No one want to go there.
Basically, but you see, you're knowing, your inner knowing, and that's why when you asked
Yes.
Portia, like, how do you know? Do you know it, or do you really? That's her knowing. That's something that we've been gifted with, but nobody speaks about how to trust your knowing,
Yes, 'cause
and
we're
how
afraid
to
of it.
harness it, and how to increase it. Do you know what I mean? Nobody speaks about that, so it's something
That's
that
wisdom.
we have to figure out for
Wait,
ourselves.
you don't know how to increase your knowing abilities?
I
Please,
think I've figured.
edutain the fans. Let them know what's
So
going on.
for me personally, what I do is meditating is a huge thing to me, and
Do you get downloads?
yeah, I was about to say
We call it
and
uploads. We never down. We always
so
up.
upload. So okay, I'm going to rephrase that because I like that a lot. So when I'm in water, I find that I can channel.
So you're a water sign, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm actually a fire sign, but I resonate
Saggy.
heavy. No, I'm a Leo, but I'm a July Leo. We're a little bit different. We're a bit more chilled out.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm the ram. I'm headstrong.
Oh, you're Aries. Oh gosh, you're not
Yeah.
just fighting people for no reason. Powers.
You love the fire.
Let's not get into it. Let's
You-
not do
we-
that. What star sign are you?
I'm a Cancer.
A Cancer, very sensitive, lovely. Cancerians are lovely, yeah, very sensitive, deep souls. But yeah, when I'm in water, I get so many uploads. It's unreal.
She
If you're
changed it straight away.
open-
You're such a good student.
No, that's the key to
Yeah.
learning in life, isn't
Yes.
it? If it resonates with me, then okay, I don't need to go back
Soul
and
talk,
forth about
baby.
it. Come on, you know how it goes, girl. So when I'm in water, those uploads, they come thick and fast. And if you allow yourself, give yourself space though. You have to give yourself space. You
Yes.
have to see what resonates with you. Maybe walks in nature. Some people, when they go take their shoes off, they ground themselves. That's when they get their uploads. But for me, when I'm in water, especially when I'm in abroad in a different country, it's a very serious
It's a different
thing.
frequency because
It's serious.
100% agree with
Yeah.
you. I'm the same in that aspect as well. Like, if you're saying about getting more connected to yourself, you need to come away from people. You need solitude. That's the first thing.
Speak.
I fully agree with you.
And fast. Stop eating. Stop eating, stop being around people.
Isolation.
And when I say stop, I'm not trying to control by saying that, because I always check myself when I'm speaking. I'm just encouraging you.
Elaborate a bit more. What do you mean stop eating? What do you mean? Like,
Stop eating.
what?
Just stop eating completely.
Fast.
Yes, just stop eating.
Okay, that's
if
better.
you want to know yourself a little bit better, how are you going to really observe you if you're in the cycle of doing so? For example, you get up in the rising,
I like that
you go
stuff.
gym, you have a coffee, you have a cigarette, then
You
you go
always
to
distract
work.
yourself.
No, I want to say no. It's a routine you're in. That's how you survive. Okay, that's how you pay your bills. That's how you look after your children. That's how you look after your mama. That's how you look after your papa. That's how you get on. Go away to a place you've never been before. All right, stop doing the things that you've always done and just sit there. Sit with yourself. For example, go to a retreat for 3 days where you're by yourself, locked somewhere. Stop eating and sit there and get to know you.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that. I said distractions because I don't think a routine will stop you from knowing yourself. All the distractions will. So in between,
But if you've never known yourself and that's all you know is a routine and that's the way you're being a good person and a responsible person, because there's all these phrases. In order for you to be responsible,
agree to disagree,
you
yeah.
must
I'll
go
agree.
to work. Then that's okay.
Agreed.
I have to agree. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, you agree.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, 'cause-
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
that's just my suggestion for anyone who wants to start doing soul work. Change the way you eat and question everything that you've been told, and that way
Question everything you believe.
you've been told, because what you've been told is what you believe to be true for now.
That's my point.
Because you've got no awareness.
So
But
to
once
know,
you
you got a question.
say again.
To know, you have to question.
Well, yeah,
So you're questioning your belief.
yes.
So belief is out the window now.
Yeah, now we're fucking with knowing.
So it's just we just have to go with knowing then.
The
The,
knowing.
the belief is.
But first you have to go through that phase. So like, you know when there's someone at the top of the mountain, they don't fall there, they climb up there.
Yeah.
So you have to go through the stages, right?
Is belief real? You think belief's real?
It's a word.
It's just a word.
It's a concept.
It's just a concept. So when people say, "Do you believe in yourself?" What does that mean?
That's a very good, smart question.
It is.
Let's touch up on that a
It
little bit
is.
before we move on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that probably needs to be rephrased, doesn't it?
to know
To
it.
do you know yourself? Because do you believe in yourself, or are you confident in yourself? And unpack what that really is. Because self-belief is a self-knowing, self-confidence, right? And
It's knowing who the fuck you are.
right? And not believe. Yeah, I'm not going to say that ever
Is
again.
belief and faith the same thing?
Belief and faith, having faith.
Well, faith is a word that comes from the Bible. That's the reason why it's so overused, isn't it? Faith, being faithful and things like that.
And having
Is it the same
faith.
thing? Is it not?
Faith and believe.
Yeah.
Having faith.
I think there's
It's blind faith. Innit?
similarities.
It's blind faith in it because you don't know.
Well, you might know.
He knows exactly what he's asking us.
No, but you might know. It depends what your belief systems are. Because if you tap into your knowing,
Yeah.
and you have faith in your knowing,
Okay.
then you have faith in what you know, not what you believe.
So the slave master and the slave, they both believe in the same. So who knows? Who knows?
If they
knows?
both believe in the same what?
Same deity.
Do they?
They're both reading the same book.
That's before our belief systems were
Changed.
taken away. We were
Yeah.
told that we can't speak in our languages or celebrate how we celebrate or pray how we pray. So no, we never used to believe. That was given to us. We were stripped of that and forced by the consequence of death and getting your tongue cut out. That's why we don't have our true belief systems anymore. Well, not belief systems, our spiritual
I think people are
connections.
definitely going back to that
Yeah.
though, the source. I mean, I think the thing is when we use spirituality, what does spirituality mean for you?
Spirituality is spirit is breath, right?
So it's one part of it, yes.
So
It's life.
Yeah, whatever it is, like the
But there's
breath.
certain principles that come with that. I feel that if you are saying you're spiritual, it's not about I'm a channeler or I read tarot cards or all of that. I do witchcraft, all that stuff. I'm talking about
understanding.
yes.
I think one of my guests said it on one of the latest episodes. She said it really well.
Is that Dice?
Dice.
She's amazing. I love
She's
her.
bad girl.
Yeah, she's.
I'll have to watch
she's-
that.
Yeah,
No.
you have to. She's phenomenal.
I think blew up on TikTok. Crazy.
Really, she's different.
I'm getting likes till now.
Yeah, she's different.
Wow, that's great.
So big up Dice, yeah, but yeah, understanding.
To understand, to overstand is what we said. There's stages to it.
I say inner because it's all with us.
But it's all about your inner engineering, isn't it? Your innology.
Yeah,
In knowledge.
you see me. I don't deal with belief. I either know or I
you
don't
don't know.
And I will know from, let's say, repeat behaviour. For example, I've took this basketball shot. I was close last time. Yeah, I know I can get in. Oh no, you will know. Or I'm in the gym. I hit a weight that's like heavy, but it's not my target. But I will know if I hit my target just from the previous time or not. I'll know or I won't know. That's simple. That's how I deal with my life. I know or I don't know. I don't really do greys. I'm black white.
So yours is based on factual.
I'm either in the black zone or I'm in the white zone. I either like you,
I don't like you.
I don't do greys.
No grey area.
I don't do greys.
Neither do I. I don't do the whole fake thing in the middle, playing it like 50-50. I'm either fucking with you or I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna know if I fuck with you.
Yeah.
I prefer it that way personally.
It's easy.
Yeah, I prefer that.
And you know, like we said about having honest conversations, it's part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't have enough of those.
Princess.
Hi.
Let's start the chunk. The big chunk.
Come on then.
Alright, well. I'm gonna ask you a question. But if you can bounce off that question, if you can add to it, that'd be great. Yeah? We're gonna go into the topic of race.
Okay.
Yeah. Do black women care when a black man dates outside of his race? And if they do, why is it an issue?
I mean, generally, I don't think we do care. I think what happens is a lot of men, particularly back in the day, they used to get with someone outside of their race and feel like they had achieved a milestone in their life, or they had now they used to be celebrated for dating outside their race, and that's what gave the pushback. Why? Exactly. Because of their conditioning. Exactly, because of their conditioning, and they were victims to their conditioning. That anything other than what looks like you, what you came from, what you produce, is better than you.
It's like symbol of success.
So it's self-loathing in its purest form when you're going to actively look for something that represents nothing about you.
So you saying black women don't care? Are you saying they don't care?
No, I didn't say that. Okay. I said this is when they do care. Okay. When aside from, generally I don't think we're bothered. However, when you go outside of your race and then decide to champion someone who is the complete opposite of us and also use that as an opportunity to put us down, I think that's where the issue lies. I don't really, if you know really how our people communicate with others and welcome others into our culture and everything that we do,
that is true.
That's not how we are. Yeah. We don't operate like that. We're not about dividing and separating people. We're a very welcoming people.
Colonial mindset, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, that's
I think it depends on the individual as well. When you say about welcoming, I mean, growing up in England,
talk to us.
I came here when I was 12 years old, right? And I myself experienced a lot of racism from the English people, right?
No, I can imagine.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I can.
But I'm surprised that they judged you.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh my god, so much. Honestly.
Why? Because you're Italian.
Well, just from being from not being from their culture, you're different to them. And when you're different,
they love Israel. How can they judge the Italians?
Okay, I'm telling you my experience. Yeah. So, and do you know when I felt at home? When I came to
Brixton.
Yes.
See it there? See what I'm saying?
Do you know how loved I was? How loved I was by, and I don't like to use the word black. I don't like the word.
I hate the word black.
And I tell you why I don't like it personally is because when you look at, I'm not going to tell you what it means. I'm just going to encourage. Not everyone will know, whoever's watching this. I would encourage you to go and purchase the Black Dictionary and look into what it means, because we are a human race. And you are my sister and you're my brother.
Are we human? Oh, that's another conversation. That's all.
Did you see how I just stopped then?
Yeah, it's all.
I'm not human. I'm not of this world. I'm experiencing this world. But therefore, I'm not attached to my body. I'm not attached to being a woman. I'm not attached to being this shade.
You know what? I believe you, just from how you've been answering.
You believe or you know?
Oh, no.
Don't play with me.
She caught me.
Hey, don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Not a lot of people catch you. Yeah, she caught me.
And you thought you were so good at it.
I give her that.
I love that.
You know what? I can edit it out.
No, you won't, because I'll be in the comments like, do you remember when Portia said?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, this is going down in history.
I don't.
But I want to finish off about, obviously I can't judge about what African or Jamaican women feel when someone is dating.
Do you feel it? Not you, but do white people?
Oh
feel
yes,
that?
I have been. I have experiencing racism from.
Because you've been out with a black guy.
Yes,
Of
I
course,
have.
I'm actually
No,
surprised.
sis, talk
But-
to us
Yeah,
about that. We're open.
We kinda know that.
We want to hear
We know
you.
that, like-
Yeah, but we want to hear
We-
how and why and what the circumstances
Do
were.
we?
I have been
know.
stopped.
We know.
I
We've
do.
seen it.
She's been stopped. Let's talk
I
about
have been
it, Porch.
stopped. I like she's so
Yeah.
open. I like that you're
Yeah.
mature. I really
Yeah.
like that. Yes, I have. I have been told that why are you trying to be black?
Wait.
And
From a stranger.
can I tell you why they've said this?
Go on.
It's because they
you said what
class
one?
black women as arrogant, strong, aggressive. So, and it's nothing to do with aggression. It's to do with being
Independent.
assertive.
Independent.
I wasn't raised to be a wife. I was raised to be independent and to depend on myself.
Wow.
And that is apparently the black woman's attitude. It's nothing to do with blackness. It's to do with
Customs.
it's to do with
Customs and behaviour.
no, it's to do with the way you were raised and the circumstances that you were raised under as well. So, and I have friends who are obviously from different cultures, but I have spent, I would say, most of my life.
That's a stereotype, though. To say that, that's a crazy stereotype.
From my aspect, you mean?
Just in general.
Is it?
Yeah, but we
Because-
always go by. But most of the time, that's how people behave because they've got no awareness. Our consciousness is very small. Yeah.
I mean, I did an interview the other day with a young lady called Kay Soul, and she spoke about the matriarch and the patriarch and being brought up in a predominantly female-led household, and then you have households that are predominantly male-led. So that, to me, resonates when Portia's saying that how she was raised. No one's saying whether it's right or wrong, but
It's
it
just
just
that's
is.
what it was.
Yeah.
That's
No,
our
yeah.
experience.
There's no right or wrong in how well there is. But there's not.
Of how well
Not in
if
this
your
case, not in this
mother
case.
was the lead in your household and that's how you were raised to be self-sufficient and
Was that the case?
independent.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, both of my parents, my father and my mother, raised me that way. They said,
Was
you know,
raised
you
both
come in.
parents?
Yeah. My parents were married. I was very lucky. I have a wonderful mother, and I do have a great dad too.
Beautiful.
Yes. It's very important, you
Very
know.
important, man.
And even though
Salute.
my parents are divorced, they have they do have a healthy relationship, let's say.
good.
And this is one thing I would definitely encourage is that, you know, even if you as a parent, I mean, I'm not a parent myself. I haven't birthed anyone through my womb, but I do have many children that I'm very close to, so through friends and etc. If you are in a relationship and your relationship is not working for whatever reason, but there's children involved, you've got to make it work for the children.
When you say make it work, what does that look like to you?
To me, communication, respect. That's how it looks like to me.
Regardless of whether you're together or not, so healthy.
Yes, you have to make it
co-parenting.
work because it's not about you, it's about your children, it's about you're an example. But going back to the original question about, you know, experiencing sort of comments and things like that from black women, I have experienced it many times. And I think it's also because of where do we all come from?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really.
Where do you really come from?
So,
Well, who was the very first being on planet Earth?
well, yeah, I
Are
think.
we
it would
going
be-
by scriptures or
I
are we
think
going
no,
by...
but I think I would
What-
like to
what we
hear
going
Portia.
by?
I'd like to hear Portia's viewpoint. On
Wait,
it.
sorry, before you hear it, but what are we going by though? Are we going by scriptures or are we going by scientific?
A bit of both, I guess. It just depends on whatever is.
The scriptures are saying Adam, but the scientific are saying
black woman.
black woman, yeah.
Electrons,
Eve
neutrons,
genes.
Yeah,
and all of that good
electrons,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, so we are all a product of her. So therefore, why are we even having these discussions and hating on
we
one
know,
another?
because we know that it's an attack. That's the whole different thing, an attack on the black woman. And you know, while
I'm getting
while,
goosebumps
while
as you
we're
even saying that, you know?
emulated. Yeah, that's a whole different thing, and that I feel like that's also part of the reason why they do become quite defensive, because we've been undefended for
It must be tough.
a long time.
And do you know what as well? Sorry to cut you, but I think other women don't want to have the conversations with people who have a different experience. And just because it's not my experience doesn't mean it's not real.
Right.
So how are we going to grow together as a human race if we don't listen to each other and sit at our table and have the conversations?
But there's conversations and there's just ignorance though. Some people just don't want to hear it. And that's
They
what's
might not
that's
want
what's
to because
keeping
it
a lot of
makes it
things down.
easier for them not to.
It does.
But when you go into the power system of the country, yeah, it matters.
So whoever's teaching now needs to stop. And whoever is listening needs to stop listening and close your ears to the bullshit because it's not real and it's a lie and it's creating division between us.
It's not real, but it's real. Because
Yes, it
man
is.
feels it. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't know your experience, and I'm really sorry that you do, and I'm sure you do. And
my children have felt it.
and that must be really tough.
I withdrew my children from school because of it.
Wow.
I'm deep in it. I've had to war with my neighbours.
That's a heartbreak, you know.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a
I've been to court
reality.
with the council and the police because of it.
So you're really going in.
I don't play with it.
Good for you.
Dumpy completely. But can I tell you about experience? And I'll tell you why I think it's a high ignorance issue that needs to get sorted out on a certain end.
Yeah.
I used to do, well, I still do it, but I was doing, I'm a gardener by trade.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I'm doing a hedge at the back of someone's house. Some little droppings fell into her garden. She lives on her estate. Instead of throwing it over like any other person would do, she made a point. She walked all the way around the estate to come and tell me
To pick it up.
to pick it up. In my head, I thought, this is gonna be a difficult one, but I already knew. Let me just pick it up quickly and fuck off. So I went to the garden, picked it up. I made an example by grabbing it.
I'm throwing it over, right?
I looked at her and I was walking away now. She goes, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?"
And you were like, of course, yes.
I'm waiting for it now because just from her behaviour, I
Yes.
knew what it was. Just from her behaviour, she had to say nothing to me that was in that context.
But can I say something to you?
Go on,
Can
go
I
on.
ask you something? So you say that it was, obviously you took it personal straight away. Why was that?
I didn't know. I didn't take it personal. I just knew she was a difficult person.
Aha, okay.
From time she walked around, she could just throw it over. Don't forget, I'm on a ladder above her. She can throw it over. She can say, "Excuse me," but she walked around.
And it's not really a big deal. And I think
It's not a
we
big
like
deal.
him being cooperative as people together.
Right.
Check this though, sis. Yeah, check this though. So boom, as I'm walking away, she says, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?" Of course you can, madam. Talk your things. She started off by saying, "Are all black men like this?" Okay, so I've already got my radar. I'm like, okay. Like what, madam? I'm still being nice because I wanna hear what this one gotta say. Speak your shit, bitch. So boom, she said, "Oh, there's a black guy that keeps following me, and he's got a wife, and I just wanted to do
Mental health.
She's
is a real
trying
thing.
to
Mental
project
health.
her experience
Mental
onto you.
health.
Check this though. So I said, "Oh, where's he from?" She goes, "He's from South Africa." I said, "I'm from Sierra Leone. That's about 7,000 miles away from my country." She goes, "Oh, is it?" I said, "Let me ask you a question." She goes, "Yeah, go on. Would you consider Polish and English people the same?" Of course not. I just looked at her like,
I was just about to ask the same damn
The
question.
level of ignorance
So
is
the-
really
it's
high.
You're
really
basically,
high.
Yeah.
yes,
Do you
so
see
you're
what I'm saying?
generalizing everything. But do you know what it is? This is when awareness is important because people don't. So let's put it this way as an example. Whatever you experienced as a child, you perceived events through that experience, right?
Would you say she's racist though, Empress?
Who?
The woman that I just dealt with.
Due to her behaviour, not
She
just
didn't say
what
nothing
she
racist
said
to me, though.
to you.
Yep.
We say behaviour.
Yep.
There are significant signals that she is, whether that is subconsciously or consciously, her behaviour coupled with the fact that she asked you that question and she thought it was appropriate, and that was the first question that she would ask you. If you were a white gardener, do you think she would have asked you the same
Of
question?
course not. Would you consider that as a racist?
I would consider that as very, very arrogant and unaware.
Yeah, that's
See how the two answers, they vary
they're
though.
different because we've had to learn what that looks like quick, because that can cost us our life even in this
Do you know,
day
I was
and
just
age.
about to say that as well. That
Yeah.
I was going to say that the level of awareness that you have to have around that I don't
Yeah,
is very different because of the experience and because of the conditioning that's been. Like, it's very easy for me to say just ignore it because
right.
I don't have that experience, but I can't tell you that what you experience is not real. That would be very arrogant and rude of me to do that. So I'm here to learn from you. So you can tell me something that I don't know, and then I can then go along with that and I can spread the word.
Yeah, love,
know?
love.
Portia, do you consider Black Lives Matter racist? From
The whole movement.
the whole movement. Would you say it's racist? Because it does.
Do you know what? I don't know enough about it.
From what you know, from what you see, from the talks you hear from your peers, what's your thoughts? You must have thoughts about it. When you saw it on TV,
Do you
what
know-
did you think? Do you think, oh, this?
Well, first of all, I don't watch television.
But you saw it though. You saw it in the media.
I've seen it everywhere.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm from the south area as well. So you see them outside
From the bricks.
To be honest with you, I don't really have an opinion about it. I cannot speak on something I'm not educated on enough. Do I think it's racist? Racist towards us?
You might, I don't know. I'm gonna ask you the question. If white lives matter came out, would you think it's racist?
No, because there's never been a focused attack on white lives in our history. The way ongoing focused attack on white lives. So when we're talking about equality, it's like saying, oh, disabled access, etc., etc., etc. It's like, oh, well, that's ableist or whatever. No, we have to recognize that something's a bit different here and provide a space for that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's racist, though, to be honest.
What, you think it's racist?
I don't think so.
So you don't think Black Lives Matter is racist?
No, I don't.
And you don't think White Lives Matter is racist if they come up with an organisation? And that's only supporting white people?
I think it's... You see, for us to separate... Because what we're doing again is you see the one that had the intention to divide us.
Yeah.
He did a great job because you think you're black and you're different, and I think I'm white and I'm different to you. So if we change that narrative, I know it's very easy for me to say that, right?
But we are different. Like,
yes, I know we are different
DNA
biologically
codes,
too.
And coded, 90 for B and J,
Yes.
for B. Yeah.
But I'm saying, and you see when I say for peace, I know that there has to be a war for peace. Like, you see when you go into war, there's a reason why you go into war. You go there for peace, and people don't understand that sometimes. Overstand, let me say.
People go to war for peace.
Yes, they do.
That's the
main goal.
objective. Yeah.
Yes,
that's what everyone goes out with. Yeah.
So our differences are great. And if you are the very first that creation created to be here, then there are certain elements to you that will be different, just because you can birth all nations and I cannot.
Factual.
So I think if there is anyone who is still rolling with that narrative that black people are this and black people are that, you need to check yourself, because if you do your ancestral test, I'm Nigerian.
Oh shit, are you?
Yes, I am actually.
What tribe?
Yes, I've got Nigerian in me.
What tribe?
I don't know that, but I did.
What does it show you on there? What percentage, etc.?
42.
Oh wow.
42% Nigerian.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
So when you check your ancestral, when you start digging, and you start looking at your features, and you start looking at the way you tan, and then you start looking at the way just the structure of your face.
Countries are fake anyway. When you deep it, countries are fake.
Yes, they are, because because this is by the colonizer had to do that to create their richness and to separate us.
You don't know.
Yeah, I know, and it's a big topic because we could go on with this forever, and we should for as long as we can.
Until the betterment of everybody. Yeah, why not?
We have to.
Yeah.
So what you know is important for me to know. Then I tell you what I know, and then you go spread the word, and we have these conversations. And regardless of whether people like it or not, it has to be said, because, like we said, we have to go into war for the peace. So we might not experience the peace, but guess what? Maybe 10 generations down the line, we'll be talking about things, and they will just live at peace with each other, and they will respect.
Yeah, but do you believe white people have been programmed to fear black people?
I don't believe I know.
Yeah, no, it's you need to behave yourself with this belief.
I know, I need to.
But can I say one thing though?
But why have they been programmed to be scared of black people? And
I don't have no fear in me, so I don't know.
So what's the ultimate purpose of that programming, do you think, from your perspective?
From my perspective, well, I think most things are obviously, if you're in fear, you're easily to control, and it stops you from. If she is the first being on planet Earth, then they don't want me to connect with her. Why would they? Because she will uplift my vibration.
She's dropping gems though. I'll give her that one.
So of course I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you away from her, because she is my mother, and a friend, and a sister, and a healer, and a counselor, and a helper. I know this because I read. And how did I get... So, was I ever racist?
Sorry. I'm going to be overboard. But
it's okay, you keep going.
It's 6 still.
Was I ever racist? No, I wasn't. Did I have arrogant views on things? Yes, I did, and I'm going to say that with my open heart because I didn't know better.
I respect it.
So it's only until you. Okay, so you know when they say, "Oh, a community has a problem," but they're trying to. So okay, put it this way: you're from the ghetto, and somebody comes from a really rich family trying to solve the issues from the ghetto. You can't because you don't live there. You have to go speak to the people. You don't ever have to fear anyone. Why would you fear somebody? And they say negative things about black women and black men. I know. I can only speak on my experiences of what I had, but I'm not putting it down just to race. It's just my life. It's an experience.
So where are you from again? Sicily?
So I've got a mixed heritage. My parents are, so, and obviously with this ancestral test as well. So we've got Slovakian, Middle Eastern, Sicilian, and obviously, and Persian as well, actually.
Yeah, you look like my Persian friend.
Persian.
You do look a bit Persian. You've got a Persian vibe. But was there racism towards black people when you were growing up? What were the narratives, some of the narratives that you were kind of told?
So my mother had friends, so we were friends with gypsies, Africans, from every part of the world you can imagine. I was always a part of that. So for me, we was a family. That's how I was raised. My mom always invited.
already integrated though.
Right.
I was always in that, and I was, we travelled a lot growing up. I was very grateful to my mum. Mum, when you watch this, big up yourself. She took me to so many places, and she showed me what culture is, and also music was a big thing in our household and dancing. And and I said to my mum, like, we don't really resonate with some of the people in our culture because they're quite stiff. But when you go to the darker shades, they resonate with something different. So you start questioning who you are and who you're connected to.
So
who are your ancestors then? And you are I'm drawn to you because I want to understand why I am similar to you. So I go to, when they say that you have a calling?
It's inner.
Enology, yes. So, and I want to study. So if you are the very first person on planet Earth, then you've got answers for me, and I'm going to ask you questions. So I'm coming to you.
Big ups.
It's simple for me.
Love. Yeah, that's self-awareness. That's what it does.
Yes.
But boom, as we're running a little bit out of time, I'm just gonna fly with these couple questions at the end.
Yes, because I forgot to my birthday party.
So boom, let's go. What do you think should happen to parents that promote hate speech? Because look, we're in 2023, there's racism still about. Someone's promoting this stuff somewhere.
Yeah.
What do you think should happen to those parents?
It's a business. They make money out of this. What should happen to them?
Yeah, because this
there has to be a consequence.
Is still going. But what consequence now?
Well, how do you learn? Through pain.
So what are you saying?
Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I've been traveling in the Middle East this year, right? I've never ever seen such a peaceful, tolerant country. And you know why? Because everything that you do has a consequence. People think freedom is a good thing to an extent.
But that's facts though.
Right? So when something is being run by the laws of Ma'at, peace, cause no pain, cause no harm.
Yes.
Right?
But they're causing pain and they're causing harm.
Yes.
So what happens to them? What should we do with them? You said pain is the best teacher. What do you do?
All I'm saying is that there has to be, everything that you give out will come back to you. If you have the awareness to understand that everything that you put out comes back to you. So trust me, those people...
Because it's not a crime. It's not a crime.
Well, it should be.
It's
not. Hold on, it's not a crime because
directed to the right person.
It is a crime.
Let me land.
It is a crime.
No, let me land. Sorry. It's not a crime like that.
Yes, because it's not normalized. It hasn't been. There's no law for it, but there should be a law for it.
I don't see crimes like that. See things like that, promoting hate speech, pedophilia. I don't think they're crimes. They're in a whole box of their own. These people are not out here to better themselves. It's not like some criminals are just out for money. We're trying to better ourselves.
Different island to us.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
I
my
agree,
point.
Yeah.
Just take them away.
It's not a crime then.
So we
can't
see it
like a crime.
Everything is necessary, guys.
There are different species.
You get what I'm
those
saying?
people that commit those type of acts, they're a different species.
But when you deep it, it starts from the promotion of stuff like that in the household.
So you don't think
But there's an agenda behind it, isn't it?
You don't think that sometimes those people are just that way inclined?
No, you
That's
choose
just
to be
their
the way you
being.
are.
No, I think it's programmed.
100%.
I think it's
Everything has a
programmed. I can't
program.
lie to you. I think it is.
It's like
I think it
saying,
is.
I'm overweight and I choose to be like this. I was born like this. No, you just keep fucking eating.
So do you believe that some people? So you mentioned like born healers and things like that. Do you think some people are born healers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God
So-
chooses your calling. You don't
if
choose
you
it.
tap in early or you accidentally tap in,
Right.
yeah, you might be
Don't-
displaying those
Nothing
gifts.
is ever by accident, though, is it?
But you know
really?
what I mean, though? Like you find out in a unforeseen circumstance.
Yeah, so you
It just
don't
happened.
believe that people can naturally
Be racist.
be born
Racist.
just with a rogue moral compass, just, you know,
Well, they could be carrying some trauma from their other life.
a
as we say.
darkness within them.
We all have darkness. That's the
Open up
reason
a
why we're
can,
back.
For real, that's a good way to open it. Still,
That's just what I have to say, because you know there are certain aspects of your obviously your soul's come here to evolve. Yeah, you chose. There's a soul tract. I don't call it contract because I don't like the word con. It's all a con. It's a soul tract. That's
Word
what
magic.
you would. Yeah. So you've come here to learn lessons, and you've come here to evolve, expand, and change. And yeah, you choose to be the way you are. You cannot blame your mum at this age. Do not give yourself that privilege. Oh, it's my mum's fault because I'm like this. It's nothing to do with your mum. It's to do with you. You choosing this.
So you
It-
see,
but
when
it
we
is-
were talking
it is-
about
it-
slavery, can I just ask something? You
Yes.
see, when we were talking about slavery, so you believe that during that time, all of those, you know that during that
I like
time,
her. I
that
love her.
all of the slave masters and everybody who engaged in anything to do with
Yes.
slavery and watched people get hung and
Yes.
sold, and you know, sold people, etc., etc.
Yes.
You feel and you know
Yes.
that all of these people just chose to be that way when there was clearly a different way of being, where there was
Yes.
clearly
I think so.
people suffering and being
They
murdered
chose it.
at your hand.
They
Right,
chose it.
they chose.
Facts. Yeah.
They chose.
Definitely.
So what does that make those type of people?
You know what? I cannot find a word for that because
So are they the same as other people, just living their lives and trying to, you know, just going through life?
No.
Then they're different, right?
well, there's different species of us. There's reptilians.
Yeah, but wait, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
That's a different show.
Coming back.
That's how, yeah, we're gonna bring you back for another show, but let's not go there because that's mad. Still,
Yeah.
we're on the man and woman type of field, yeah. So I do believe they chose it, and because they were taught
So
it,
it's always a choice. Okay.
or it must have been around them, and they chose to embrace it because they are. If you look in those
It's
times,
power, isn't it? And people think that
it's power.
by
facts.
getting power,
Yeah.
you need to hurt other people. But actually, by gaining true power, your divine power is through embracing, loving, forgiving, coming together, and healing. That's what true power really is.
So I brought that question up because of what we're seeing today on
Of course.
on the media. You're seeing have you seen the thing that's going on in Palestine and Israel?
Yeah.
Are you seeing how the Israeli children are raised? Are you seeing what they taught in school?
I don't know what they're taught in school.
They're taught to hate, literally taught to hate. They're taught to hate.
But that's what they tell us on television. So I don't necessarily always.
No. But it's like, yeah.
You see, for me, I
I've
have
seen it
to.
a lot
I
of
have to
times.
be there to hear it with my own ears to be able to say I know that's true.
I know so. I've been
Okay.
around a couple Jewish men and I've seen how they behave.
Okay.
And I've seen enough over the years to add together and say, look, this is what I know it is. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Toxic, but as we know, you know, we it's easier to. So you see, when I said about this divide and conquer, you've come here to.
You confirmed to me that white people are programmed to fear blacks.
Yes.
So if that's what's going on in Palestine today,
Yeah.
that's confirmation. They've been taught to fear.
And they're
that
doing
side as
all
well.
of these things to take you away
And
from
fairly
your
to hate.
real purpose, because your real purpose is here to evolve in love. So they have to create all these distractions for you to be in fear and for you to be in this arrogance and ignorance and rudeness and constant, like, it's overflow of negativity. This is what, you know, do you know what the most powerful entity in the world is the media. Because you're watching it, and once that has been perceived and seen through,
multi-ethnic destruction in Continue.
You get what I'm saying? Though it's very negative because that's what you are conditioned culturally to sit at that, sit on your sofa at 7 p.m. and go watch the news. So you believe everything that it's like saying that the whole vaccine thing and the whole corona thing was really a real thing. I never wore a mask. I never took a vaccine. Never got. Not once. You know why? Because I never allowed that to exist in my consciousness. I never accepted it.
I'm gonna have to blur those words out though still, but it is what it is. Sevid, Lovid. That's how we run.
Okay,
politically
cool.
correct, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So
it's we have to stop. I think I would encourage people to stop accepting everything that they hear is true, because it's not. Sometimes it's just a distraction.
And do some research, people, man.
Start studying.
Do some research.
But the people sometimes don't know where to go because all they know is the newspaper, is scientific. Listen, there's so many things that have happened in my life that I'm sorry, but I don't need no fucking proof to know that's the message for me, because I can feel it in my heart.
No, you're right though.
But then that's what we were talking about. We have never been encouraged to follow our knowing.
Self.
We've never been encouraged. That's not part of anything that we learn in this system.
So start off with this. You see when you meet someone and you get that feeling that's it's not that there's something wrong with this person. It's just there's something about them that don't sit well with your spirit, and your spirit rejects it. Trust it. Stop questioning it, because God is constantly giving you signals.
So listen out for this, or train yourself.
That's right.
Understand the signals.
I think people already know. It's just they're in denial.
Yeah, and you're always
because
looking
they always
for
need
something. Confirmation from outside.
You don't need it, because if you truly love and respect and you're confident within who you are, then you know.
But it's educational thing as well, because you
100%.
may think it's something, but if no one's
it's easier for us because of the cultures that we come from, because you know how your mum used to she used to say like, my spirit just doesn't take to that person.
But that's just wording, because what are you saying? We understood spirit is breath. So what are we saying?
No, but you understand what I'm saying. You hear that
from the West. That's not from.
It's not a Western thing.
That's not a Western saying, and those ideologies aren't from the West. They aren't.
But also, may I say something? You see, when we're talking about patriarch,
colonized though, Bo. If you're saying your spirit don't take to him,
because it's devilish in the church to say spirit.
So what are we talking?
But also, it's the patriarchal thing as well, I think.
I'm gonna come back to the educational thing. So when you're saying that, maybe you got a gut feeling, but if I told you your gut's your second brain, you might think about
it's your first brain, actually.
Touch me, sis. Cool. So when you're saying spirit, it's like an educational thing. I just said it means breath. So you're saying my breath don't take to what are you? You're talking nonsense.
That's why you have to learn how to breathe.
You get what I'm saying? When you break. That's what spirit
you see, when you rise up, the first thing that you do,
art of breathing.
You recognize your breath and you get in touch with you, and then your ancestors will come to you.
If you master the art of breathing, you can do so much things. You can lower your body temperature.
Yeah, you can go in a state of healing. Listen, I had cancer when I was 25.
Oh wow.
No, don't be sorry. That was a great thing that happened to me.
I didn't say sorry.
I've always said sorry.
I said,
Yeah. That was a wonderful thing that happened to me. I'm so grateful for that experience, because I learned how to breathe, and I learned how to slow down. You know, because these things, again, like I said before, these things happen for you, not to you.
What cancer do you have? Sorry, if you don't mind me asking.
It was in my right ovary.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How did they find that? That's a very
cysts.
A lot
of cysts, a lot of pains, you know, things like that. Depression was one thing, because as we know that all the things that we, especially women, you know, that you're going through, it's not always a physical thing. It's a spiritual thing. And like I said, whatever you have seen growing up, that affects you in some ways, and you're carrying that with you because you don't know how to deal with it, because we've never been encouraged to heal. You're not even encouraged to speak, because if you speak say your parent did something to you, or your uncle did something to you, what did they say to you when you were younger? Just keep it quiet. Don't tell anyone. Talking was a bad thing, because apparently being honest is something that is a negative thing in the world, because you're baiting out other people. So don't do it to people. Don't hurt others, and then people won't have to talk about you.
I agree with that, but I also do think that I know I keep saying that's a Western culture, but if you
but it's true, because it is a Western culture.
Open, expressive, articulate. But those.
This is why we're aggressive.
Those, because it goes against our nature to suppress certain things, and
this is why we are lionesses. Like I said before, if you were to be an animal, what would you be? You said lioness or a panther. I said the same thing.
Right.
Because you are doing something and it's irritating me. So my automatic reaction is to go for you. And they say, oh my God, you're aggressive. Like, why are you like this? Because you're not crossing your boundaries. You're fucking with my nature. And I'm not going to allow you to do that, because if you keep on poking the lion, he's going to bite your fucking hand off. And I'm going to do the same thing, baby.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Don't play.
So here for that. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Ladies, this has been wonderful.
It's been amazing.
I can't believe it's over already.
Well, 1 hour 20 minutes. We've done our thing.
Yeah, it flew by.
I just want to say thank you, both of you, for coming down. I appreciate both of you. You've done your thing, I must say.
Love.
But tell the people where they can find you and where they can connect with you, man.
Okay,
Princess.
awesome. So, hi guys, my name's Princess. My Instagram is Empress Eve's Envy, or you can catch me on Princess X Friends. You also can catch me on YouTube, Princess and Friends, but it's X actually. So Princess X Friends, but it stands for Princess and Friends. You get?
Yo, big up Princess, man.
Love.
I'll definitely be following you,
Oh,
baby.
love, darling.
So as you know, I'm not really doing as much on Instagram now, just because I just don't want to right now. This is not really part of where I'm at anymore.
Straight
So
up, do your
I
thing.
can't even really promote to say follow me, because I only post
No, but they can follow you still. They might want to ask
Yeah,
you a
we want to
question.
see your holiday pictures.
But they might want to
So
ask you a question that they thought
They
interesting.
can. I do post sometimes, but not so much anymore. I'm taking a break.
I know, I don't see enough
And
posts
that's
now.
okay.
But you post sometimes, I catch you sometimes.
Oh no, like when I'm ready, I go. But for those who do want to, and and they've found anything that I've said useful, then you can find me on Soul Cartella. So it's SOUL and Cartella, because it's Chilean.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Beautiful. And Powers, I want to thank you for pairing us, because this was an amazing session. And due to the nature of the topics and our guest,
we didn't even deep dive into the last topic I wanted to deep dive into. So, but it's cool. It's cool. I think
we might have to come back.
We're gonna come back. Part two. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you for your time
Thank you
today.
so much.
I appreciate both of you. Yeah, you
love
have a good
Powers.
evening. Yeah, thank you very much.
Love.
Powers.